Alright, so first we're going to start off with the brows. And for the brows, you can use any powder eyeshadow you'd like, but for me, I do like using liquid lipsticks. Right here, I am using the NYX Lip Suedes. And then what I'm doing is I'm doing my brows how I normally would, but instead of using like the dip brow or neutral tones, I'm going with an ombre. So I'm going from red. Then you're going to see me going from burgundy, and you're going to see me blending it out as I go. And then I will use a very dark shade at the end of my brow, which will be a very dark gray. So I don't want it to be too harsh and have just straight up black at the end of my brow. I want to make sure that it's gray, you know, just to kind of make sure it looks like very smooth and even. And then here in this part, you're going to see me all happy because my brow is starting to look good. So I'm like, okay, okay, oh shit. And as you can see here, you're going to end it off with the dark gray. And then you will see how there is kind of the border between like the red and then the gray. I'm going to smooth that out with the burgundy and a little bit of the gray. So now I already put a base, and for the base I used the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I got tape, and I left that as kind of like how I want my eyeshadow to be kind of harsh looking. So I will be blending the crease very well, but I want to make sure that I have like a very sharp line. And I'm going in here with a black. I like to pack that in at first, and then I use this blending brush right here just to blend it all out because I will be doing a gradient. So just like I did a gradient for the eyebrows, I'm doing a gradient for the eyeshadow. And now I am using a burgundy color as the transition shade because I want to be going from red to black. So I went from black, now I'm going from burgundy, and I'm just going to blend those two together. So now I end up getting a fluffy brush, and I'm using a red color now to blend from the burgundy to the red. And if you see like that your other side of eyeshadow needs a little bit more red, just go ahead and like pick a little bit up and then blend it out. And then to end the eyeshadow, I'm using a small fluffy brush, and I get a nude color, and I'm blending that from the brow bone to the red. So you want to make sure when you do eyeshadow, you want to make sure you blend it all the way from the lid to your brow bone. And then here I'm just deepening up the black a little bit, making sure that they look dark. Now I'm going in with a concealer brush, and this one's from my old makeup school, my beauty work, and I am getting the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I am making a cut crease right here. As you can see, only a half cut crease. I just want to make sure that I have a little bit red peeking out in the front, and then I want to leave it very dark towards the end. So you're packing on that red shade now. And I'm so excited to have done this look. Like, you guys don't understand. I've been wanting to do this look for a while, so I'm very happy with how it came out. It's one of the looks in a long time that like I feel so happy inside from. Like, me doing this is what makes me happy at most, honestly. This is like my dream. So now after the red is packed, I am packing the burgundy shade in between the red and the black. Okay, so now I am taking off the tape and I am applying eyeliner. And for the eyeliner, I am using the Wet n Wild Mega Liner in Black Noir. And you guys, liner is very, very tricky. I struggle with liner all the time. It's a freaking pain in my ass. But it looks so cute though. So beauty can be a struggle. All you girls know this. So I like to start off with a line, and then I like to just let my hand lead the way and just kind of make a diagonal stroke with a little curve. Then I like taking the beginning of my eyeliner and I like to bring that into the middle, to the middle and the end. And then I like filling in the rest because as you can see there's like a lot of space left over just for me mapping out how I want it to look. Then you see me right here just filling it all in. And if I feel like my liner needs a little bit of a fix, I will get a makeup wipe and I just like to make sure it's very neat and crisp. Because I wanted everything for this look to be harsh. Like I wanted contour to be harsh, eyeshadow to be very harsh, all that. And then now I'm extending out the tail. So I went ahead and I already did my face makeup. I wanted to do it off camera because I feel like everyone has their own preference on how they want their face makeup to be. But I made my contour very, very sharp as you can see. So now I went ahead and if you guys want, I think that this is a big help. I didn't want to draw the Demogorgon like right on my face because unlike drawing, it's kind of hard to erase what's on your face, especially if it's paint and you have makeup under. I just went ahead and made a stencil. I drew out the head on a piece of paper, cut it out, and I am using that as my stencil for my face so that I don't have to worry about messing up. And I'm getting a white paint, so I'm using the kit from Snazaroo. I think it has like 4 colors in it, but anyways, I'm using the white color and then I'm just gonna follow along as you can see. Now I'm going over the white and I'm getting gray. I used a little bit of gray paint and then I used the black and the white from the Snazaroo palette, and then I used a little bit of my concealer just so it's like a neutral gray. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you don't have to do that. You could just go ahead and like do black and white and make it gray. And I am just making the line of the Demogorgon's outline a little bit thicker. And I wanted to just change the color up a bit because their skin is like a pale gray, beige. And I'm pretty happy because as you can see, I freaking have a big ass pimple right there on my cheek. But luckily the Demogorgon's head came through and covered that shit. If anyone else is still watching this video, leave a comment and tell me if you guys love Stranger Things because Stranger Things is my jam. Ooh, okay. So I'm getting there. I am now filling the Demogorgon's head with red paint and the black paint from the Snazaroo palette. So for the paint, I am using all of the Snazaroo palette throughout the whole video, but I will list all the products, reference photos, all that stuff down below in the description box. So yeah, just make sure you keep checking the tones. And what I'm doing is I'm using the paints, and especially if I want to mix a color or two, I will put it on the back of my hand and use this concealer brush and I will mix them together. And I know that drawing the Demogorgon may seem very hard, but you guys, I was surprised with how easy it was making this thing. The Demogorgon, if you look at the reference photo that I use, it looks, honestly, it's not like very neat. It's meant to be messy, so you won't have to feel like you're gonna mess up the head. Now I'm getting a little tiny detail brush, usually meant for like the inner corner, and I get black eyeshadow, and I'm just kind of making like darker areas just to give some dimension to the Demogorgon's head, because the head kind of looks like a flower, you know, looks like a little flower. Then like all the the petals, like I look at his mouth as like a flower with petals on it. And like each petal, like in the center, it's very dark, and then it's like a dark red on the outside, and then there's like little pink stuff, you know, in the center. I don't know if that makes any sense, but to me it does. And then as you shade the center, you're gonna go ahead and right below it, you're making like two like little teardrops or ovals of black. And you want to make sure that that is a little harsher, because you will be painting the glands of the Demogorgon's mouth in between those black spaces. Okay, so now I'm going ahead and I am making the little mouth glands of the mouth, oh, the mouth glands of the mouth, the mouth glands of the Demogorgon. And it kind of looks a little messy. I was having a hard time at first, but I started getting the hang of it once I was already onto like the third petal. And you can see in my eyes, I'm just like, well, it's already being done. There's no going back now. It doesn't even look like a Demogorgon yet. It like legit looks like a flower. Oh, yep, that's where I'm. Oh no, that's not where I messed up. I'm sorry. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna make a circle. So you're gonna connect all the 4 glands around each petal. You're just gonna connect that with a pink circle, and that's supposed to represent like the throat, I think, of the mouth. So in between the black and the pink in the center, I'm going with a red to give, you know, a little bit of dimension and all. Okay, and then in each circle and in each gland, I'm just kind of trying to add a little bit of detail to it. So I'm just going ahead with black paint, and I'm just going over each like space, just so it looks more realistic, because trust me, with the Demogorgon head, it's the kind of thing like when you go get your nails done and you think that the lady like messed up your nails really bad, but you're never gonna know how it comes out until it's like the finished product. That's kind of how this, you know, head be looking like. But now I'm doing the teeth, and I'm literally just like flicking. I'm just doing flicking motion, you know, flick of the wrist. I'm just kidding. And yeah, you guys are just gonna see me doing the teeth in each petal. And yeah, so like I didn't film the beginning of me doing the teeth because I was not sure how I was gonna do it, but then I figured out the flick method and that worked for me. So now I'm doing the Demogorgon's body, and if you can kind of see, his chest looks like a diamond, and then I just literally made like, I just made a little scribble and a very thick one of like representing the arm. But I didn't catch that on camera. I don't know why my camera didn't catch that. I think I just forgot to press the record button. Anyways though, I'm making the chest now, and what I'm doing is I'm getting the white paint, and I made the chest, the ribs, and the neck. I just add some little white lines. And then in between the white lines, just to add some dimension to represent like the lungs, I'm getting some dark purple paint. I'm mixing the red and the black and a little bit of blue. And I'm just going over each line just to add some dimension to it, make it look more realistic, like its veins and bones are popping out. So now it's to the body, so it looks kind of weird. It was a 9-minute video that I crunched with like the 20 time speed button, like on iMovie. So it's gonna look a little weird. But anyways, I used a reference photo of the upside down. And I just went ahead and I used the burgundy, I used some dark red, and I just kind of made like the sky, because the picture, there's a sky, there's bushes, there's a tree, and then there's a Demogorgon. So I just kind of wanted to give a realistic look to the sky, make it look very like orange and dark. And then now I'm just literally like patting and scribbling at the same time, light orange clouds. So it looks like the Demogorgon, you know, is about to go down in town. And then I'm literally, you guys can see how messy this is. You think it's hard to paint, but you know what? You have to be kind of messy, you know, when you paint. And it usually comes out looking the best. Like sometimes things don't have to be perfect, you guys. Like the messiness of it is what actually makes it beautiful. And now I'm literally drawing scribble marks and just doing a tree. I can't believe it ended up looking like a tree. I was like, what are you doing, Tania? Literally, it looks like a thunderstorm, but it ended up looking like a tree. I was pretty proud. Now I'm doing the Demogorgon's body. I did the head, so I don't know. It looks like the shape of an alien face, so I did something there with the upside down. And I'm taking some pictures. That's typical. So yeah, you see me just drawing the legs out, the little body. And now I'm just adding in a little bit more details, and I'm just kind of trying to blend everything in with my finger. I'm trying to draw like clouds around the Demogorgon, just so it looks like it's like coming out, but it's still like far away. It's not as close as you think, but it's coming. And I love using my finger to blend paint in. It's one of my favorite methods. And that is it. That is it of the Stranger Things inspired look. I freaking love this show. I can't wait for season 3. Like, I can't. But that is it. I love you guys so much. Bye.